single industry has been affected by COVID-19 and not a single one of them has been spared. One of those entrepreneurs is a young man who built a big brand, has gone all over the world, has graced the catwalks from Paris to London to New York, and also started his own retail side of the business here in South Africa just before lockdown happened. And of course, COVID-19 came and changed everything about everything in the way we do business. I'm talking about the founder of Ngxokolo, my good man, Mr. Laduma. He joins me now on the line to talk a bit more about how he has caught up with this world of the new normal. My chief, how are you doing?
Good.
I am well. How's things going, I guess, generally?
Generally, not so bad. Of course, they did take it downhill initially, but now things are going uphill. And like any other young, small business, we are adapting to the so-called new normal.
And the first time you had to deal with this COVID-19 thing, where did you feel the most pain? Because you also had plans for your business. You just opened a store in the Mall of Africa. You had plans to open a second store, if I recall. And I guess this kind of put a hold on all of those plans.
For us, holistically, it hit hard on the fact that we had to adjust our year targets and be as modest as relying on the fact that we had to adjust our targets to 6 months because technically we had lost 6 months of 12 months of the year. Of course, as you just mentioned it, we had to defer plans of opening up a boutique at the V&A waterfront. And we had to bear with closing down a store in Mall of Africa for a month and a half, but still could continue covering our expenses as business as usual.
And the fashion industry in general, to what extent do you think this pandemic is teaching us? I mean, what kind of opportunities have come? I know that on your store, you've maintained the brand relevance. I see there's a very fancy masks, Mr. Laduma, that go with the brand, I guess. But I guess this comes at a time where you're forced to rethink izinto. To what extent have you been forced to rethink how you do business?
We had to transform and implement rather a more urgent digital growth strategy. And we had to include face masks as one of accessories for Ngxokolo accessories. And we had to relook at how we're gonna place ourselves in the market now, because it meant that people no longer will experience a brand Ngxokolo from an external perspective by being influenced by what they see on the street or at events. Rather, people will see people on Zoom calls now. They will see people more often on social media and other various digital platforms, WhatsApp and whatnot. So we had to adapt to that reality.
Now, you also serve as the chairperson of the Eastern Cape Fashion and Design Council. And I guess you're exposed to a lot of smaller businesses and entrepreneurs, I guess what you were 10, 15 years ago. To what extent, and have you been able to assist those small businesses? And what can we all do to support the really smaller fashion businesses that may not be able to pivot their business, like you say you have, from a very physical environment to a digital one? What is it that all of us can do to support these businesses?
Helping them financially is something that is the greatest impact. But of course, not every small business can work with financial resources the same way that a well-experienced business would. So support that is non-financial is also important. So with the Eastern Cape Fashion and Design Council, we have a WhatsApp group, where we send information And also, members of the council also share information on what's happening or what are the latest opportunities. So it's sort of a support group. For me, non-financial support has taken me a long way as an entrepreneur. So the first year when I exited university, I had 3 mentors that mentored me about business. And that knowledge still sits as one of the most valuable commodity that I've ever accumulated from learning from business. And
Absolutely.
some of the things I apply in my personal growth and also advising other people. So I do take the time when someone has an inquiry, a small business has an inquiry or needs a form of advice or a third eye on something and help in that form of way.
Well, you've also played your part in recent times. I remember seeing a collaboration you did with Nelson Makamo, where you guys put one of those one-of-a-kind pieces. I'm told it raised over 500,000 rands, and that was an initiative to support Save a Business. How did that come about, by the way? And looking back, how do you feel about it?
It actually came about when I got contacted by Uzuko, who's the founder of the Save a Business initiative. He wanted actually to he headhunted Macross as one of the businesses that people wanted to support.
I see.
And I said to Zugo, frankly, that you're my guy. To be honest, we don't need financial support. We are okay as a business because we've been reinvesting our income for the past 10 years. I feel like it's fair to look for other businesses that really need the support.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm happy to be a mentor and play my little part, from the string of.
So instead of you getting the support, you decided to give the support.
Yeah, I decided to give the support because the idea was quite new, was vulnerable,
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, I will add you in my few ambassadors. That is already, Mamu Jude had already committed.
Yeah.
Uvika committed to help them with admin and also give them access to people with high net worth. Unati, Black Coffee, committed to help, and you committed to help as well.
Yeah.
It rolled out. The focus was on Nati at that time.
Yeah.
And then Uzugo reached out to ask me if I have an exclusive item that would like to auction. I said, I actually have something better than that in mind, And the thing that I thought would make an impact was the tapestry that got auctioned. And I said to him, Chep, how about we auction this online and get people that are wealthy and bid and auction it on Save a Business website.
Yeah.
And then he ran with the idea, and boom, what you see today, which was a good record actually for us to set in partnership with Nelson, because that was the first time working on such a project.
No, that was absolutely brilliant, and well done for indeed turning what was, I guess, an approach to you, and you realizing that, there's people that really need the help, and you using your brand and your name in doing so. So is the store still going to open?
The store at Mall of Africa has been open since the 1st of May. The Cape Town one, we are going to take handover, but the opening will probably take place late July. So yes, it will still open. And I'm very interested to see how the climate is going to look like, considering the fact that Cape Town is the epicenter of Corona. But nevertheless, we've had loyal clients in Cape Town since 2012. So we have something to fall back on. We are very interested in attracting new customers.
Well, my brother, look, either way, you're online. People can go online. They can get their gear still. And I'm pretty sure that you'll continue to service them. And for those that are based in Gauteng or even travel up here and get the luck to be able to travel here, they can go to the Mall of Africa. Laduma, thank you, my good sir. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Kutwam.